Hello, everybody. This is Casey. We are here to do readings and spiritual talk. So, how's everybody doing? Okay. Mama B, how are you tonight? Cancerian. Olive. Caramel apple. Zaria's tarot. Ooh, everybody, welcome. Okay, let me make the list. Mama B. How is everybody tonight? How's your week going? Cancerian. Olive. Caramel apple. Heather, haven't seen you for a long time, hon. Olive, caramel apple, Zaria. Heather. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Lone Siege. Okay, hold on. Don't post your questions yet. Hey, Daisy. Yeah, I was just getting ready to put him in timeout. Okay, so I guess let's put him in timeout. Put him in timeout. Okay, Mama B, how are you tonight? What's your question, hon? You still at work? Yeah. I know. Hey, Jane, how you doing tonight, hon? Okay. Did anybody get to see the interview with my son the other night? Different points of view. Okay, so the free list is full. I have up to Cheryl Kiter. I have Mama B, Cancerian, Olive, Caramel Apple, Zaria's Tarot, Heather, Lone Siege, and Cheryl. Yeah, this energy for the last month has been nuts. Okay, so Mama B. Hi, Crazy Crystal. How are you, hon? Jane, we're supposed to do a little healing work on you, aren't we? Okay, so I show the strength card. So, you know, this is love, compassion, gentleness. Okay. Okay, Friday night then, Jane. We haven't forgot you, hon. You're on the list. Okay. So you have a bond with this person. You definitely have a bond with this person, okay? But there needs to be a balance, hon. Okay? Are one of you going through anything legal? Because this could represent legal. It could represent contracts. It could be a marriage, somebody going through a divorce. But there needs to be a need for truth and clarity in the situation and a need for balance. Okay? And there's a need for a leap of faith. This is a very, very fast moving energy. Okay? Hold on. Let me see this message. There's needed truth and clarity in the situation, okay? He's going through, well, it's definitely coming up. But this is a fast moving energy coming in. Okay, tell him to, yeah. Okay, he needs to have a little bit of faith and trust in the universe, I think. I think this is coming in. It's coming in swiftly. It's coming in quickly. But the universe has his back, okay? And then I've got the Queen of Swords. So the Queen of Swords is someone that's been through a lot. Gone through lots of transformation and change. This is somebody... No, you didn't come off rude, hon. You didn't come off... Yeah, yeah. This is what I say. We're supposed to honor each other's differences, okay? Yeah. But he really... So he needs to cut through all the BS. Good to see you, Tracy, okay? But he really, really wants some peace in his life at this point in time. He's girl, he's got so much stuff going on that he doesn't know whether he's coming or going at this point. You know, it's like, should I, shouldn't I, should I, shouldn't I? But he's so, just remember, hon, he's so busy right now. He's waiting for that ship to come in, okay? But he's so busy juggling everything else that he's going to miss some opportunities, okay? And at this point, he's not open to and receptive to receiving, okay? So give it a little bit of time, hon. Give it a little bit of time. Yeah. Cancerian, what's your question, hon? So, Jane, I would keep asking the universe some questions. What else is possible here? How can it get better than this? Okay. Good. But you know what, hon? Have some, ask the universe for some help. Hi, Lynn. How are you? We haven't seen you for a while, hon. Okay. Yeah, I see it, Cancerian. I just got to shuffle. And Jane, we're all here to support you, hon. But I would start asking the universe some questions. Oh my God. But we're all here for you, Jane. 3 days ago. So he's got himself in a mess. You know what, hon? Don't let him work through it. Don't try to help him. Let him work through it. He's got to take responsibility and work through this, okay? Oh, no. That's embarrassing when they go get you out of work or school. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cancerian. I think this guy really likes you, Cancerian. I really think he does. But the thing is, I think this guy likes to be in charge of everything. I don't know. We'll go with the story. So the Lover's card. The Lover's card is making choice. Hi. Hello, Miss Beautiful Mess. Okay. He sees his. Okay. This card talks about making choices around love. Okay. So I think he's looking to you to set the boundaries, to set how the relationship's going to go. Hi, Alban. Okay. Hold on, Jane. We'll talk about this. Okay, hon? I think he sees you as a queen. Are either one of you an earth sign? But the Queen of Pentacles is someone successful, prosperous, very loving, nurturing, very much in touch with nature, very much in touch with gratitude, okay? Hey, Judy. Okay, you come back, Jane. Okay, but he's watching you, he's observing you. Remember, hon, make sure the way you act and the way you talk matches your actions because he's watching you. Actions speak louder than words. I think that this guy's been through a lot and he's observing how you're acting. I do show that there's probably a lot of communication going back and forth between the two of you. But like I said, this guy's gone through a lot of stuff. Okay? He's coming out of depression and anxiety, nightmare. He's been to hell and back. He's come out a much wiser person. But he's going to watch how you act. Okay? But I do show a wheel of fortune. Things could start to shift in your favor. Okay? But it's divine timing. However long it takes both of you to work on your own issues individually is how long it's going to take if it's going to move into a relationship or not, okay? But this guy's conflicted. He wants to win at all costs at the same time, but I this guy might be a little bit controlling, hun. I would watch out for that, okay? Hey, Jack, welcome, hun. Okay? But I want you to know who you are, what you want. I want you to set those boundaries. I want you to know what you want. He also needs to know what he wants, okay? But I think he thinks you're a very wise person too, okay? Does that make sense, hon? But just pay attention. He may be a little bit controlling. The list is full. The free list is full for tonight, but the donation list is open. Did that make sense, Cancerian? Olive, what's your question, hon? Okay, so first I'm going to ask you, Olive, have you asked your body with the yes-no technique? Yeah, I see that, hon. Have you asked your body if this job is good for you or not? You know how to do the yes-no technique with your body, hon? So ask your body if this job is even good for you. Because I kind of feel that it may be something that you can take short term. Okay, so you close your eyes and relax. I want you to take 2 or 3 deep breaths in through your nose, out through your mouth. Okay, so close your eyes. Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth, 2 or 3 times. I want you to think about something that makes you happy. I want you to scan your body. I want you to feel how relaxed it feels, how good it feels. And then I want you to think about something that upsets you and watch the differences in how your body responds. It'll probably tighten up somewhere. So pay attention to that response. So when you're relaxed, that's your yes. When your body tenses up, that's your no. So after you identify that, then close your eyes again, think about something that makes you happy, and ask if this is a job that you should take and see what your body says. That's fine, Jack. We'll be here. And I'll pull cards while you're doing that, okay, hon? Let me know what your body says. And this is a tool everybody should know how to use. Because if you're in a situation where somebody's asking you and you're not sure what to do, ask your body. Your body's like an antenna. Okay? You felt an itch in your throat? When you thought about something that makes you unhappy, you got an itch in your throat? Okay, so think about something that makes you happy again, and think about if you should take this job or not. What is your body telling you? Does your body change from the happy state? Let's see what she says. Okay, so what I'm showing in the cards, hon, I think it all comes down to, didn't we talk about this before? It all comes down to, what do you love? Because I show you're a mover and shaker here. You're really good at your job. Your shoulders relax a bit when you're happy. Okay, when you ask if you should take this job, did your body stay relaxed? I'm trying to teach you a technique, hon. Okay. I put it behind my ears because it's driving me nuts. So I just threw it behind my ears. And I did cut it. Okay. So the job would be good for you, but now it's up to you to decide whether you want it or not. Because I show you're a mover and shaker. Okay. These are people that get things done. They make things happen. They're major manifestors, okay? Now, the high priestess is the knower of secrets. Thanks, Daisy. Thanks, Judy. Okay. She knows how to bring things into balance. There's lots of things going on behind the scenes that you don't know about. There might be some secrets becoming known. But I kind of feel that those secrets on your end, what are you not allowing yourself to see, think, or feel? Are you going for what you really want? Or are you just settling? Let me ask you that. Are you just settling if you take this job? Okay? Because there's some kind of lack consciousness here. Okay? There's some kind of belief system that is blocking you from moving forward. Do you know how to use the bubble technique, hon? Because you might be talking yourself out of this job. There may be some negative beliefs, some negative points of view around this job that if you use, it's not really your ideal job. Yeah. Well, that makes sense. Okay. But see, didn't we talk about this before? I want you to go for what you love. If it doesn't feel right, yeah, so clear up some of the reservations you have about this job, some of the things you believe about the job, and see if it shifts the energy. If it doesn't shift the energy, then the job's not for you. But again, go for what you want. Girl, you know how to do this. You know how to manifest exactly what you want. Everything you've had before now is just a stepping stone to where you want to get to. Okay? But I show victory and celebration. I do think that there's another job coming in that these people are going to see how valuable you are. Have you networked through some of your friends to see if they could recommend you for some jobs, hon? Because I think that I feel this is what happened to my daughter. She wasn't even looking for a job, and somebody talked to her about a job, and she says, no, I don't think I want to take the job. They said, well, do you know anybody that might want it? They recommended my daughter, and it's a management position. They interviewed her and offered her a job on the spot. Okay? But this is somebody that's going to see how valuable you are. So I do think that there is a better job out there. But, hon, if you're not working right now, this other one might be good for temporary. Okay? But I do show, again, go for what you love, hon. I think haven't we talked about that before yet, hon? Didn't we? Does that make sense, Ollie? Yeah. Didn't we kind of run across the same thing last time we did your cards? Go for what you love. Okay. Caramel apple, what's your question, hon? Yes. Okay. General reading. What you been up to, caramel apple? You haven't been around much. I hope they help, hon. I hope they help. But I try to give you guys tools so you don't have to ask. That yes no technique with your body is huge because your body's an antenna. Your body will pick up on things before the rest of your awareness does. Always follow your gut feeling. Always. Caramel apple, you are always a hard worker. That is an awesome name, isn't it? Have you just walked away from a relationship, hon? Or something that's not emotionally fulfilling? I feel like it was a relationship. I have the Eight of Cups. The Eight of Cups talks about walking away from a situation that's no longer emotionally fulfilling. You weren't seeing some things clearly in the situation. Okay? Oh, hold on, Jane. We'll talk about this in a bit, okay, hon? Okay. You're wanting to walk away from it then. Yeah. But you know what, hon? there's not an even give and take. Why are you allowing this to happen? Where is your sense of self-worth? What is the value of holding on to a relationship that doesn't work for you? Don't you think maybe it's time to see how awesome you are and you do not deserve a relationship that does not have an equal give and take? You know, everything's not going to be 50-50 all the time, because you may be up here and they're down here and you're supporting them, and vice versa. But at this point, there's no even give and take, hon. You're giving and giving and giving, and they're just taking. Wow. But see, I think there's some competition. There's definitely some conflict. Okay? But I do think there's lots of lies and deceit also, because I have that card in here too. Conflict, competition. The thing is, there's lots of lies and deceit going on, and you're afraid of walking away from the situation and having regrets. Okay? But you know what, hon? It's time to heal. It's time to heal. So ask yourself, do I deserve better? What else is possible here? How can it be better than this? Okay? Just remember, hon, if he made some promises, if he's going to try to be better, okay, actions speak louder than words. But have some patience. There's lots there. It could work out, okay? Just have some patience, but pay attention to the lies and the deceit. Okay? Actions speak louder than words. But you know what? If you walk away from the situation, you're going to move into new beginnings that are prosperous, abundant, happiness, joy, support, everything. Sometimes we have to walk away from bad situations in order to bring in something better. Okay? But it seems real important. Remember, actions speak louder than words. If there's I said what you told him? Yeah. Yeah. It's up to you to set the tone of the relationship and set the boundaries. If he cannot man up to what you need, then it's time to move on. And that is so hard when you have so much emotionally invested in them. But there's a program in there, okay? All you women pay attention to this. Use the bubble technique. If I love him enough, he will change. That is a lie. That is a program. The only one that can change them are themselves, and they have to make the choices. They have to make the decisions. They have to make the effort to do that themselves. No matter how much you love them, they're not going to make the changes unless they decide they're going to make the changes. Yeah. I'm sorry you're going through that, hon. Saria's Tarot? What's your question, hon? Yeah. You deserve the world, hon. You're awesome. We all deserve the world. You're welcome, hon. Saria's Tarot, are you still here, hon? Okay. Who's in a mental prison? Somebody's stuck in their head. Yeah, I see it, hon. Okay. I have the Eight of Swords. This is somebody that's stuck in a mental prison. This is a prison that they have created. Can't make a choice, can't make a decision. Yeah. Doesn't know which way to go. Just feeling stuck, stranded, can't see anything clearly. Okay? Yeah. Yeah. So I'm going to recommend ask him what he's thinking and don't ask him what he's feeling because men will get lost going in and looking for what they're feeling. And if he won't say anything, to say, why not you? I know you got a lot going on in your head. You know, if you want to talk, you know where I am. I'm open to listen, you know. Sometimes you just have to show them that you're being supportive of them with karmics. Okay, I have the Knight of Swords. There's lots of fast transformation and change coming in. He is getting lots and lots of messages because the hawk represents messenger. He's getting a lot of truth and clarity, and this is stuff that's coming in. I think he's not going to open up till after Christmas. I just think the holidays are hard for everybody, and all this energetic changes that are going on are putting people through. Yeah. It's someone who doesn't want to talk, doesn't want to be with that person. Ugh. Well, then fine. Sometimes you need to step back and show him that you know your worth. Okay? But there's a lot of stuff going on. Okay? I do think I think he's got some points of view and belief systems about how relationships should be. Oh, so he's probably afraid to lose anybody else. But he's got some illusions and fears around relationships. I think he's got some points of view about how relationships should be. Okay? But you know what, hon? I've got it in here twice. I've got the King of Cups in here twice. Okay? He needs to man up to a King of Cups. Now, the King of Cups can feel things very, very deeply, but they don't always express what they're feeling. Okay? They can feel things deeply, but they can act like they're emotionally shut off. Okay? But you know what? Just be patient, hon, because I have the Chariot card in here. There is some success. There is some movement. But you know what? Sometimes if you take a step back, you get their attention real quick. Okay? Let him do the communicating and see if that doesn't shift a few things. But I do show that there is a shift coming. There is some progress. There needs to be more balance. And this is divine timing. So at this point in time, I want you to work on you and any fears or anything that you have, any negative self-talk that you have, and let him work through his own stuff. Have you been on here before, hon? Do you know how to do the bubble technique? The faster you work on clearing out your own fears and illusions and points of view about way things should be, the more you find out who you are and what's right for you, okay? But like I said, there's slight forward movement, but it's all in divine timing. You haven't been on here before? Let me find that bubble technique for you real quick. Hold on, hon. Hold on. This is just a little tool you put in, like I said, negative self-talk, belief systems, points of view, belief systems about how things should be. And you know what, hon? You can share this with everybody. Anything on my pages, you can share with anybody. I have no problem with that. And where is it? Some more. I searched and it's. There it is. Hold on. Give me a second.
So, buddy, this is Casey.
Nothing like seeing yourself on YouTube. Okay. Check out this video, hon. It's under 4 minutes. And this bubble technique can clear out stuff, anger, frustration, statements that people have told you in the past, any negative self-talk that you have up come in, any beliefs that you have about how relationships could be, any fears, anything. You put all these things into the bubble, adapt it the way you want. I have somebody that just puts things in a bubble. One pops it, another one puts it all into a bubble and hands it off to an angel. So adapt it however it works for you. But you should be able to feel some energy shifts over that, okay, hon? So here's the link. Okay? And let me know how you like it, okay, hon? Heather, what's your question, hon? Clear your fears around him also. Okay. You have an awesome night, hon. But let me know what you think of the video. Okay, so the free list is closed for tonight, hon, but the donation list is open. Heather, are you here, hon? I have Heather, Lone Siege, and Cheryl. Sir Booby, the free list is closed for tonight, hon, but if you want to make a donation, we could get you on the list. Oh, that's right. You did. Yeah, I have you written down and I forgot about you. I'm sorry, Daisy. Daisy, what's your question? I'm sorry, Daisy. What's your question, Daisy? General? Okay. Oh, you're ready for movement. With the slow-moving Capricorn. I wonder who that is. Okay, so 6 of Swords. Lots of cleansing. I know he's a Capricorn. Okay. Lots of cleansing, clearing going on. Okay. Lots of movement. You know what the obstacles are. You're clearing them away. You're moving through them. You're empowered to make the changes. You're empowered to move forward. You're ready for new shores, new beginnings, okay? And yeah, here's Gabriel. You know, he doesn't say things, but sometimes I bet he gets a little bit off balance with some of the things that he sees you do, girl. I just feel that it I think that you manifest things in a way that just blows his mind, okay? But I have the star card. Focus on your wishes, focus on your vulnerability, okay? But you're coming into more of an emotional balance, and the stars are shining some light on you here. But again, if I gave you a magic wand, what would you wish for, and what would that look like? Okay. I know you're dealing with a lot of heartache, a lot of separation, but things can and will be resolved at some point in time. Yeah, yeah, and yeah, you manifest them things quickly that he just like, what? I don't know if it's so much scared as shocked. Didn't know people could do that, right? But things can be resolved, hon, okay? You're working on your happiness right now. You're working on your fulfillment. Yes. You're working on satisfaction, on happiness, fulfillment on all levels, okay? But you're right. You're stepping back and you're taking a break. That's much needed, okay? But this can also talk about being defensive. So maybe you need to take some time. I have it in here twice, okay? You having a lot of things coming at you and be defensive. This one just says you're trying to take a break, you're trying to step back, but you're ready to defend yourself at a second's notice. This one says you have a lot of things coming at you and you're defensive. So take some time to write some things down and prioritize everything that's going on. That'll take some of that defensiveness off, okay, hon? But you know what? You've learned your lessons well. You're ready to start all over with that new beginning. You've learned, yeah, you stepping off with faith and trust into the unknown. What grand and glorious adventure can the universe and I create together, right? And the last card is the High Priestess. There's lots of things going on that you don't know about, okay? I do think you're working on coming into balance. I want you to listen to that intuition. I want you to listen to that knowing. And you have been doing that, and you've had some things come up that's, I'm sure, shocking the heck out of a lot of people, especially the younger ones, okay? But lots of things going on behind the scenes that you don't even know anything about, okay? So just have some patience, because it's all going to come together. See? Just stand in your own power, okay? Stand in your own power. Take care of your business, and everything will start working out. Everything will start falling into place, okay? Does that make sense, hon? So we don't have Heather, Lone Siege, or Cheryl. Yeah. Okay, who's here? Oh, see. Okay, Lone Siege. Okay. Okay, I'm going to recommend the bubble technique for you. I think you need to work on some self-esteem issues. I think that you're second guessing yourself. Okay, does that make sense, hon? I feel like you're second guessing yourself. And hon, that bubble technique will help you clear some of that negative self-talk that you tell yourself. Here it is, but don't click on it until after you're reading, okay, hon? And be yourself. If she can't like you for who you are from the start, then you don't want to waste your time. Just be yourself. You want somebody that's going to see you and love you for exactly who you are. One more. Good, 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 good. Okay, so I have the Lover's card. This talks about choices and decisions around love. Okay, I do think that you were waiting for her to set the tone of the relationship, for her to show you what her boundaries are. Okay, just remember to treat her like she's a queen. Okay, and I know you have some yeah, I know you have. I don't think it's so much. Now that I think about it, I don't think it's so much self-esteem problems. I think you have some insecurities that are popping up. Does that make sense, hon? But this says, hold on. Okay, don't worry about the finish line. I want you to focus on how much you have accomplished in your life, how much you have learned in your life. Give gratitude for all of that, because it's like, I want you to relax with this relationship, okay? Because I do think this is a new beginning. You have learned lots of new things. You have learned what you like and don't like in relationships, and you're ready for a new beginning, okay? I show that you've planted some seeds. You know pretty much what you want. But again, focus how far. Every relationship that you have had has been practiced and studied for the right relationship to come through. Yeah. Put that anxiety in the bubble, hun, and see if it doesn't help some. But you know what you want. Sometimes it takes a while to manifest. You know, it takes time for the seeds to grow into a mature tree, and the tree is ready for the harvest. Now you had to make choices and decisions. But the main thing, hun, you're looking for a safe place to store your heart at this point in time. And I think you've been through codependent relationships. Okay? You've been through a lot. And this, okay, let me put it like this. The devil is anything that keeps you from living your life. And things like the anxiety, the fears that are popping up are things that keep you from living your life. Sometimes it's better to go for it, hun, rather than walk away and have say, what if? There's nothing worse than living with what if. It's better to go for it, be yourself, have fun, and see how it goes, okay? Let go of the anxiety. But the devil card is everything that keeps you from moving forward in life, okay? You're a Virgo, and he's a Capricorn. Okay. Capricorn, okay, take your time with this because Capricorns don't like to be rushed, okay? Kind of let her set the tone of the relationship a little bit. But you know what? The King of Swords is somebody that sits back and watches and observes. I think she's watching how you're acting. Just remember, oh, you have a good night, Jane, okay? Actions speak louder than words, hon. Make sure anything that you say or do matches up, okay? But I would let go of all this fear, hon, and just be yourself, and don't give up. Do not give up, because this is new beginnings for you, okay? Yeah. So my oldest daughter is, her sun, moon and rising are Capricorn, Taurus, and Virgo. How you doing tonight, Juliet? I do think that there is a future for her. I do think there is. But you know what, hon? Just make sure that you start dealing with, I would put those statements, okay, clear the energy around with the bubble technique, clear the energy around, is there a future with her? I don't want to be wasting my energy. And when you overthink things, that negative self-talk, put it into this bubble, hun. Go watch this video now and see if that doesn't help clear some of the energy, okay, hun? Does that make sense? So is either Heather or Cheryl here? No hot water. Ugh. That's not good. You could always boil some. Did your hot water heater go out or what, hon? You're welcome, hon. Cheryl, what's your question, hon? Well, if you're doing cleaning projects, at least you can boil water or just warm some water. I had to pull everything out of my laundry room / pantry to get a new washer and dryer. That has disrupted the whole kitchen for the last week. So I'm on the last of that. Just going through some stuff that's left out of the cupboards and getting rid of stuff. Okay, career. Do you know what one of the most awesome cleaning soaps is borax? If you have spots on your carpet, mix a little bit of borax and water, it'll take up stains that will not come back. It also breaks down molds. It breaks through grease faster than anything, and it's inexpensive. Cheryl. Is this your first time here, Cheryl? Were you having a hard time at work? What else? Okay, so I have the Nine of Swords. The Nine of Swords talks about coming out of depression and anxiety, coming out of the nightmare. Okay. Yes, yes, it does. If you put the borax on and leave it on there for a couple minutes, and then you go back over it again, it'll start cleaning all that film and all that mold. And you know how you get the black stuff on the grout and the tile? It'll clear it all. Just leave it on there for a couple minutes and then go back over it again. It'll clear it, hun. Okay. Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Borax is a natural soap. In fact, they make bleach out of borax. And you could get it like a box of borax that'll last for a long time for under $4. Okay, this is coming out of the depression, the anxiety, the nightmare. just having a bad time. A 9 is a completion. So you're coming out of that energy. You're coming out a much wiser person, okay? I want you to focus on, okay, it's like you've had to reframe your thinking on, what do I love? What do I want in my life? What brings emotional fulfillment to my, okay? Or it could be somebody coming in to offer a cup of love or emotional support. Now that I look at the next card, it's the Queen of Cups. This is someone that's loving, caring, nurturing, that wants to offer emotional support or a cup of love. This is the beginnings of it, okay? And this is what it's moving toward, okay? But you know what, hon? You've had this 9 of Swords with all this depression and anxiety. You may be carrying a lot of burdens, but a 9 is a completion. A 9 is walking away from all the bad. Yeah. Yeah. I'm having to focus on my kidneys too, okay? For one thing, stay away from the caffeine. Find out what your food allergies are too, hon, because that can affect your kidneys. Okay. So a 9 is a completion. This is a 10. Yeah, Julia. Yeah. Okay. This is you gathering up your resources and walking away from a situation that's no longer emotionally fulfilling. The universe is opening up some new pathways for you, hon. Okay. But I do think that, okay, try the bubble technique. I'll post that for you right now. Okay. I would post some of your fears, some of your health problems and stuff in the bubble to see if it helps clear some of the energy around it. But I think you have a tendency to push away parts of yourself. I think you push away parts of yourself that you don't like, that other people don't like. I want you to reclaim all those parts of yourself. Ask them to come back to you. Say, I am now reclaiming all parts of myself, reclaiming them back through the violet flame so it is transformed into my own pure energy. Okay? But pay attention to your okay. We are the yin yang. We are the dark and the light. That makes us whole. When we push away the parts of ourselves that we do not like, then we are shattering ourselves. And kidneys can represent I'll have to look that up real quick. But there's some secrets here, maybe that you're even keeping from yourself or somebody's keeping from you. I do think that this has all plunged you into lots of fear. I think this is keeping you from living life at this point. Yeah, dandelion tea is also. So is I've been drinking this other tea, mullein mullein tea. But make sure you get a little tea basket for that, because when you boil the tea, it can have little things get out that'll poke you. Okay, but you're living in fear right now. Okay, I want you to put all those fears in that bubble technique. Okay, and I want you to start living life. This is new beginnings. This is a new beginning for you. Something that excites you, gets you excited about getting up in the morning. Okay. But you've got some awesome new beginnings coming in. And let me pull this book out. In fact, it's right here. I just found it. Let me see what it says about kidneys, because I have the same problem, because I know that gallbladder is bitterness, liver is anger. I think kidneys are fear. Let me look. I would find out what foods you react to, though, because that can cause inflammation. Okay, kidneys. All right, kidney problems. Criticism, disappointment, failure, shame, reacting like a little child. Lumps of undissolved anger. Yes, that's a good idea, Casey. Yeah, purging stuff. I'm working hard in the States to garnish some of it and trying to keep up bills. Yeah. So, you know what, hon? I want you to put the fear, I want you to put the frustration, everything. Try putting it in the bubble technique and then start asking the universe, how can it be better than this? What else is possible here? Okay? Start it, but you know what? The universe can't help you unless you ask. And sometimes if you start asking questions around a situation, it'll open up possibilities that we normally can't even see. And it says, divine action is always taking place in my life. Only good comes from each experience. It is safe to grow up. I dissolve all past problems with ease. Did that make sense, hon? Okay, so Casey wants to talk about purging. That's all I've been doing, Casey. I've been going through the whole house. I've been restructuring the whole house, putting up shelves, getting rid of stuff. I just had to go through the pantry laundry room, got rid of 3/4 of the stuff out there, have a new washer and dryer now. Now I'm just putting the rest of the stuff back in there and sorting through the few little things that I really don't need anymore or use up real quick, you know. So talk about purging. I've been doing a lot of that. And that's what the bubble technique's for. Yes. What grand and glorious adventure can we create? Can the universe and I co-create? Yes. How are you doing, Amber? All your lions are doing well? Yeah. Yeah, mullein is really, really good for kidneys. You're welcome, Cheryl. Oh, I don't want new stuff. I'm just getting rid of stuff. Just getting rid of stuff. I've been doing that since I got rid of my second husband. I moved into a 4,000 square foot house and the whole basement was full of boxes. I got rid of all those boxes and needed to get rid of all the stuff in the garage and a bunch of other stuff. And yeah, that's all I've been doing since 1990 is purging. And most of it was everybody else's stuff. Every day's an amazing day, Juliet. Star is good. She's doing good. We have a little tiny store out here that has absolutely everything. Everything. And they sell all this stuff to raise money for assistance for the people in the county. We have the largest county in Colorado. There's only 4 towns, but there's a lot of people scattered all over the place. And a lot of people need help. So they sell all this stuff. And some lady walked in one day and she goes, my friend sent me over here. She says, you guys have absolutely everything. Do you guys have anything? Three Stooges? She goes, somebody just donated some VHS tapes that were Three Stooges. And she goes, oh my gosh, you guys really do have everything. I went through a lot of my clothes. I got rid of about 1/4 of my clothes because they were all too big. My daughter looked at me and says, wow. Wow, 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 wow. And it's more from clearing out all the inflammation in my body than it is from losing weight, you know? You start clearing out all the things that keep the inflammation up, and it makes a difference. Yeah. So when you are purging, when you are getting rid of stuff, you're not only getting rid of things physically, but you're also clearing out a lot of things emotionally also. Okay? Does that make sense? Thank you, hon. I just, yeah, and I and I know I'm not supposed to eat any green chili. I ate some green chili and immediately went up 7 pounds just from inflammation. And my pants are tighter, and it's just from inflammation. So I have to throw the rest of that away tonight so I'm not tempted to eat it. But it's hard not eating green chili and salsa and stuff. Yeah. It's going to be quiet in here tonight, huh? Yes. Yeah, I used to make green chili and red chili all the time. I should have not ate any until sister-in-law and I get together and we make tamales. Oh God, she makes the best tamales I've ever eaten. I've ate a lot of tamales in my life. Lots of tamales. This full moon is got me buzzing. Got me buzzing. It's like I'm I'm on my whole body just vibrates. And it's funny because I think I'm on a schedule to have everything cleaned out by Friday. Oh man, I love and she makes some green chili tamales, some green chili tamales that are out of this world too. Yeah, I should have waited and just yeah, that's my treat for the year, her tamales. I know how to make tamales. We used to make them every Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah. What's everybody's favorite food? So we do have another channel for Casey's Corner for cooking and crafts, and Snow Queen is the only one that sent me a recipe to put up on the community page yet. So we're trying to share some recipes. I'll probably wait a couple days and put mine up. I have an awesome recipe for gluten-free, and they didn't taste gluten-free. They were awesome. Orange cranberry bread with pecans in it. Oh my gosh, that was so good. So good. Spinach and artichoke with your kids. Oh, So, Ritu, the free readings are done for tonight, hon, but the donation list is open. If there's no donations, then we're going to move on to spiritual talk. So you should send us that recipe for the spinach and artichoke so we can post that on the community board, Casey. Jane left because she didn't feel good. Crazy Crystal's left. Jack said he'd be back, and he hasn't been back. 1:11:11. I have been seeing nothing but every time I look at the clock, it's 11:11. Yes, send it. I'd love it. Yeah, we could post that for everybody. Oh, she did send it. That was quick. So does anybody have anything else they want to talk about besides purging tonight? Oh, that looks so good. Oh, wow. I've never heard of Fontina cheese, hon. What kind of cheese is that? Yeah, somebody gave me a bunch of tea bags, and it's like I'm sorting through them and getting rid of them. And yeah, I have a whole gallon baggie of mullein tea because when I first started having troubles with the kidneys, I started with the mullein tea. Is it like a provolone cheese or a Monterey Jack or something? Yeah. It might be a good recipe to make for. My daughter is so funny about cheese. Um, the only thing she ever liked growing up was Monterey Jack. And some lady in King Supers out here one night was giving away samples, and she goes, "I won't eat it." And the lady was chasing her around around the store trying to get her to try a sample of the cheese. I said that was so funny. Get the shredded ones, easier to melt. Yeah, that sounds good. Sounds good. So, are you sensitive to dairy then, Juliet? There's some awesome cheese out there. Um, it's called Follow My Heart. They have a cheddar, a provolone, and oh, what's the white cheese? Oh, I can't think of the white cheese. Yeah, but that's the provolone is just out of this world. Just out of this world. So dairy causes inflammation in the body. Yeah. Hi, Raphael. How are you tonight, hon? So we're doing spiritual talk right now. We're talking about food right now. Yeah, my friend used to go get goat cheese all the time. The free readings are closed for tonight, hun, but the donation list is open. And if you've got any spirituality questions, we can talk about that. Yeah. But I would check, who else? There's some other cheeses too, but I don't know. I tried another one, and I'm trying to think of the brand. The dairy-free cheeses. The Daya, is it Daiya? That's okay, but I like to follow my heart or follow your heart cheeses better. Oh, So Delicious. I just tried So Delicious. It's a coconut milk cheese. That was pretty decent. That was pretty decent. But I found a recipe and now I can't find it on how to make cream cheese out of cashews because I miss a cheesecake. Good, Casey. That's awesome, hun. Because you're letting go of stuff. It's a coconut cheese. It doesn't taste like coconut though. I like So Delicious coconut milk because it doesn't taste like coconut. It's thick and creamy like milk, but it doesn't taste like coconut. It's a little more expensive, but you know what? Yeah, it's worth it not for the inflammation. So tell me, Casey, what you've been going through and what you've been experiencing and how you are releasing all that stuff. Good. How much stuff are you releasing? You're purging not only on a physical level, you're purging a lot of things emotionally also. So, do you want to tell us a little bit about some of your awarenesses, Casey? I had a gal I was talking to in Florida, and she was dairy free, and I told her about So Delicious. She just happened to go to Target, and they had So Delicious ice cream. She bought up about 10 cartons. Yes, you can call me. You can call me anytime, hon. Yeah, that's awesome. But look at the energetic shifts that everybody's been going through. It's like it's like we need to clear out a lot of stuff by through while we're going through these eclipses, you know? These all these I especially since Scorpio season. Scorpio season has been intense for me and for Casey. Yeah, 10 little quarts of So Delicious ice cream. She goes, I didn't even know they made dairy free ice cream. And they make a eggnog. There's no eggs in it though. It's holiday nog, they call it. But that's So Delicious and it's called holiday nog. I absolutely love it. Don't drink a lot of it because it's got sugar in it, or cane sugar, I think. No, I'm not using Stream app right now, hon. I didn't think that anybody would want to come on tonight. Yeah. And then it'd be interesting to see what happens this weekend. I know I'm meeting M on Friday. We're going to go to lunch. She's working from home now, so but it'd be interesting to see, yeah, to compare notes on what we're all going through. Okay. Yeah, we can do StreamYard on Friday night, huh? I promise my son won't be there. I had all kinds of reactions to him. Hi, Crazy Crystal. I'm glad you're back, hon. Yeah, so like I said, I had a lot of mixed reactions with my son. So, and I have included him in all the teachings that I have been learning. Yeah, there's Star. Casey's been worried about you, and he had more of the financial situation to go higher in access consciousness than I did. I went to level 2, and he went through level 3 and 4. Judy's back. Star's back. Juliet's here. Yes, Star is great. Yes. Okay, so the free readings are done for tonight, hun, but the donation list is open, and we are on Star Talk. Star Talk. Okay, where did that come from? Are we supposed to be talking about star seeds again? Or I'm just seeing star. Yeah, yeah. Hey, Star. I can hear that southern accent. Donation questions are $5.55 up. It depends on how long of a reading you want. And how are you doing tonight, GD? You're seeing stars? Is anybody else have any reaction to these eclipses coming up? Yes, I'll tell him you said thank you. So I try to teach you guys. Okay, this is something I think we need to talk about Friday night a little bit on how what the access consciousness stuff tells and how we create our reality and stuff. I do it in a slower, more gentle way. I try to empower you guys to find your own truth, your own clarity. He likes to go in and just rip it out. Oh, yeah. He thinks that you need to just go in and pull it out, but he says you need to give another belief system for everything that you are clearing out. But my thing is, when we go in and do the healing work or have you clear things, I like to put in the golden light of the Holy Spirit in to hold place, because the universe does not like a void. Okay. So I have you fill it in with the golden light of the Holy Spirit to hold that place while you explore what your own truth and clarity is. Daya has some interesting gluten-free pizzas, gluten-free, dairy-free, and some of them are not bad. Yeah, messengers have, but the thing is, he wants to go in and rip it out, and I want to gently take it out. I try to give you guys the tools to do it. Yes, exactly. Yes. And this is what I say. We all have our own truth. We all have our own clarity. As we clear out everybody else's belief systems and stuff, then we start finding out who we are and what our own truth is underneath everything. you know? Hey, Jane. You feeling better, hon? So, Jane, I'm going to ask you, okay? I want you to close your eyes, hon. Take a couple deep breaths. I'm going to ask you a question, and I want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your head. Okay? Breathe in through your nose, out through your mouth a couple times. Okay. Just try this, Jane. Take a couple breaths in. Yeah. I understand, Star. Okay. So, Jane, now close your eyes, relax. I want you to tell me the first thing that pops into your head. Okay? What percentage of that anger and frustration that you are feeling is yours? Jack, you're back. What percentage of that anger and frustration that you are feeling, Jane, is yours? Good. So, what I want you to do every time you feel that, I want you to return it, either send it back to the source from where it came, or send it back to the universe for healing. So every time you feel that, send the energy back to wherever it came from, or send it back to the universe for healing. Every time your sister does that to you, send it back. Because you're probably so empathic, you're picking up on everything she's feeling. Does that make sense, hon? How's Jack doing tonight? Good to see you back, Crazy Crystal. So, Casey, okay, did everybody see the recipe from Snow Queen? If I send it, who sent it to me, they die. I pick universe. Yes, yes. That's what I do. I send it back to the universe for healing. But some people want to send it back to wherever it came from so they learn their lessons. But it's all personal choice. Me personally, I would rather send it back to the universe. I don't like to see anybody suffer. Yeah. Same thing, Juliet. When you feel everybody else's energy. Now, this is a good tool for you to identify whether it is your energy or somebody else's energy. You will start being able to, after a while, you'll be able to start telling the difference between what's yours and what's not yours. Just send it back to the universe for healing. Yeah. Anybody else been feeling super tired? Yeah. Yeah. Send it back. Send it back. There's no reason for you to carry their burdens. I love you too, Crazy Crystal. Good for you. Yeah, I've been super, super tired. I I've been waking up in the morning between 3 and 5 because it gets so hot. It's freezing cold in here when I go to bed, but then at 3 o'clock in the morning, the furnace is running so much, it gets so hot I can't breathe. So I turned the furnace way down, and this morning I didn't want to get out of bed because it was too cold. Part of that, at 4:44, huh? Did your batteries totally depleted? Yeah, I understand, Jack. Good for you, Star. So, Jane, have you looked up the angel number 444? I've been, every day this week, I've seen 1111 twice. And I looked up earlier and it was 1:11:11 on the time. I said, okay. Casey's going to come in on Friday night and tell us some of her awarenesses she's been having, since we'll do it on StreamYard. So Star and I were talking last night, and I don't know why I can't get this. Maybe I can now, but we added some more things to this list for the healing stuff. Yes, Casey, yeah. She just got shaken for a loop. And we talked about that a little bit on Messenger the other day. You know, we asked a couple questions around it, and I think she had an awareness, a little bit of an awareness. Your cell phones were down about 8 hours. Oh. You didn't want the nature time? Nature time is always good, girl. Always. I love the nature time. I might go down early on Friday since I'm meeting him. I might go down early and go down to one of the state parks. Okay, so I posted on my community page. Snow Queen sent me a recipe for her soup that she was talking about, the butternut soup. Okay, and Casey just sent me a recipe for an artichoke spinach dip. Yeah. So I'll post that, and I need to post my my recipe for this cranberry orange bread. Oh my gosh. I've never liked cranberry orange bread, but I sure like this one. I found a gluten-free recipe for the Hawaiian rolls. Oh, I found an interesting recipe for making Mexican hot chocolate bombs. Oh, I said, sign me up. Cranberry nut bread, but it's a cranberry orange bread. And I do have a recipe if anybody has dogs. Gluten-free pumpkin dog biscuits. My dog loves them. Frankie and Cindy are great. Cool. Your Japanese maple off your driveway. They are everywhere. Someone was on my uncle's property my dad's buying, and we had trouble with them breaking in, so I was hunting. Oh, I love you too, Casey. You just bought dried cranberries? Well, that'd be a good thing to throw in that bread too. Yes, to anything with chocolate. Yeah. I kind of do the same thing, Crazy Crystal, especially now that I'm used to some of these different gluten-free flours. You kind of got to eyeball everything. Yeah. What time are they going live on Friday? Because I usually go on about 6:30 on Mountain Time. So that'd be 8:30 Eastern Time. That's okay. We'll still do our spiritual talk, and everybody that needs to be there will be there. Probably about 8. So that would be 6 my time. So yeah, well, that's okay. Whoever's going to be here will be here if they're meant to be. They're going on at 8 Eastern time. Yeah. I found some recipes for gluten-free pudding. Now I didn't know that Jello puddings are gluten-free. You just have to put in the alternative milk. I was reading that on a gluten-free channel the other night. She goes, "All Jello puddings are gluten-free." I said, "Oh, pistachio pudding." Yeah. Well, that's part of being a chef, being creative and making things to your own taste, Juliet. Yeah. Did the marshal chase him off, Star? Okay, the gluten-free dog biscuits are pumpkin and brown rice flour and flax seeds and egg. And she loves them. Yeah, because I was wishing the other day that I could eat pistachio pudding, and then I read that and I said, "Ooh, guess what I'm getting this weekend?" Yeah, it's the same thing with spirituality. It's better if it's tweaked toward your reality, your belief systems. Well, SAS, we would love to have that recipe. Just guess at the measurements, or just tell us what to throw in and we'll throw it in. Good night, Casey. You have an awesome night, hun. We would love your recipe for the homemade chili, SAS. Your card cousins. Oh. Yeah, because I did you guys get the one from Snow Queen on my community page? And I'll put the one up probably tonight for the one that Casey just sent me for the spinach artichoke dip. I've been thinking about chili all day. You try to make a little bit, it turns out to be a huge pot. So I'm going down my daughter's next Thanksgiving, and she told me to come down on Wednesday and we would cook all the foods that I can eat because they're going to cook stuff that's not gluten free. And my grandson even offered to pitch in money to get all the gluten free stuff I need. Now, if you do, okay, so Juliet, If you want to make a whipped cream that is dairy free, okay, get some cans of coconut cream, put them in the refrigerator, okay, and then when you open it up, drain out any of the liquid, okay, and then throw in your vanilla and beat it, and it makes a fluffy like whipped cream, but it's coconut cream, not the coconut milk, the coconut cream. I was going to make some, I think what I'm going to do is get some make some gluten-free dough to take down there, roll it out, and maybe make some little apple pies, like apple empanadas. But instead of folding them over round, just fold up all four corners to the middle and bake them. Chatos. I've been craving my sister-in-law's borrachos. They're called drunken beans. Oh my gosh, she makes some drunken beans that are the best I've ever tasted. And that one's in Texas. Put the bowl and beaters in the freezer when you make whipped cream, yeah. But the thing is, this is made from coconut cream, not milk cream. Oh, I just bought a pasta maker. So you can flatten it and then put it through and make your own pasta, but it has to be gluten-free. Yeah. Which is basically just flour, eggs, and salt anyway, you know? Oh yeah, I like a real fluffy salad with Italian dressing or just olive oil with a bunch of crunched up corn chips in it. Yeah, if it's really cold, it whips up better. Yeah. So I just need to figure now. I do know that I want some Brussels sprouts. My friend taught me a way you put olive oil on the tray, you cut your Brussels sprouts in half, and you put them on the tray, and then you sprinkle a little bit of olive oil over the top with a little bit of salt, and you bake them. They're so good. Cowboy beans, yeah. Now, borrachos have beans, salsa, bacon, chorizo. Oh, what else? I don't know what else she puts in them. They are so good, though. And my sister-in-law makes the best tamales that I have ever. My other sister-in-law. Best tamales I've ate all my life. And we've made them every year since I was 18 for Thanksgiving and Christmas. Yeah. It's funny how we resonate to food instead of spiritual talk anymore. The holidays. I just got a inexpensive little pasta maker. First it makes it flat. It's just a little roller one because I looked at some of those other ones and they're like $200. It's like no, and they take up a lot of room. So I just got a small one. You make it flat first, and then you run it through, and it cuts it into the noodles. And it shows you, yeah. And you should be able to make ravioli out of it too. Now I have a big air fryer oven, and I wish I would have waited because now they have smaller ones. It's just me. Yeah, chorizo. Yeah, pork skins. Yeah, pork rinds, chicharrones, and more lots of goodies. Yeah, me, Star, Judy, SAS, Crazy Crystal, Juliet. Jack, are you still here? Because there's 4 people unaccounted for. Yeah. I used to cook every day for because they came and partied at my house every day. My husband got off work at 11:30. They partied every day. I'd come home from work tired and cook for 20, 30 people every night. Yeah. So Woofy's here. Yeah. You got any favorite recipes, Jack? I was tired by the time they grew up. Yeah. 2 sets of, yeah, that would tire anybody out, SAS. Jack in the background box. Yeah. Yeah. It was my former in-laws and all their friends. They drink and party every day at our house. And then they tell me that I was the pig. Ugh, all I did was come home and clean their messes. And then they got mad because I never partied with them. Yeah, they did drop off, didn't they? You got 100 years? Yeah, yeah. Let's hear some good recipes. Well, I had to learn how to cook all over again. When I first found out I was gluten free, there wasn't any recipes. All they had was this little rice bread that was like sponge. They didn't. When I went to school for integrative therapeutic practices, I took a class and one of the teachers was talking about, um, she says, they didn't recognize celiac here until some of the doctors came over from Europe. It's commonplace all over Europe. So some of these students was saying, well, we think this woman's a hypochondriac. We can't find anything wrong with her. He says, what's the symptoms? So they told him, and he goes, check her for celiac. And they said, we don't have that disease here. Everybody's of European descendancy. Yeah. So it's like, then they started recognizing it because the doctors were in the teaching hospitals. Grabbing a slice of pizza. Oh, so you're not that far from me. You're 8 hours from me, Crystal. Actually, about 7 hours. Yeah, milk and cream's not good for lactose intolerant. Yeah. Yeah, I haven't ate yet tonight either. I was thinking about making some sweet and sour chicken. You're in Kansas now? You may be even closer to me. I'm in Colorado. Middle of Kansas, West Kansas, East Kansas. Yeah, I did that too. SAS. I had my older kids' friends all came to our house because their parents kicked them out or they were on a drunk and had them locked out of the house. It just all kinds of things. And I had a house full of kids all the time. I like to travel too, Crazy Crystal. In fact, this what I wanted to do this fall was to jump in the car and drive up to Minnesota, across the northern border, come down the east coast, and come back the south coast. Okay, Jack, how often do you cook? Don't ask him what his favorite thing to cook is. Ask him what his favorite food is. Southeast Kansas near Missouri. So you're probably a half an hour from my former in-laws. They're down in Follette, Texas. Like your favorite thing to cook daily, huh? Wow, I like no, not Texas, Kansas. Yeah, I know, but they live right along the Kansas border in Texas. Just half an hour from Kansas. Grubhub does not count. Hi, Lex. Welcome, hun. Now, the readings are done for tonight, but we're doing spiritual talk, but for some reason, we're on recipes tonight. Jane, have you looked on Amazon? I've been getting stuff. They've been having the little cookers, the air fryers. They have some for like $35 now. The smaller ones, Oklahoma is between Kansas and Texas. Yeah. Oklahoma is southeast of Kansas. Because my in-laws live in the panhandle of Texas. Okay, I found a manual one on Amazon for like $30. Or the 5 different styles for your KitchenAid stand mixer. Yeah. So you're direct. Okay, so you're right over. Some of my nieces live in starts with an S. Shattuck, Oklahoma. It's an actual air fryer oven. So basically, it's an updated version of a convection oven. Okay, Kansas is above Oklahoma and Texas. So you're not in Kansas anymore? I thought you were talking about Kansas. Yeah, I love my convection oven. Oh, I love my convection oven. I don't even use my big oven. I use my convection oven. Yeah, 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 because Kansas is right next to Colorado. And I've drove down to because if you go all the way across and then straight down, that's where my in-laws are. Yeah, because some of Kansas borders Texas. Some of it does. Yeah. Because we used to drive down there all the time. Now, out of all of us, Jack is the farthest west. Toto Wolf Star. I'm born and raised in Colorado, but I've been through 26 of the states. I've been through all the western states. I probably will fly up to see my friend in Alaska and rent a car and drive around up there maybe next summer. Let me look at that. All right, let me see. Yeah, so you're way far. Yeah. Well, anyway, we drive. That don't seem right. I've driven down there a dozen times. I know we drive from Kansas to Texas on the very, very northwest corner. That is weird. That's crazy. I didn't realize we went through a tiny touch of a tiny strip of Oklahoma. Yeah. Jane, you might want to get an estimate from somebody how much it would cost and then show it to her. Even a brand new oven wouldn't even cost $1,000, hun. My family, my dad was from Iowa. That's yeah, that's because there's Kansas, there's Nebraska, and there's Iowa. Have a good night, ASAS. Yeah, I think you're the only northerner, Jane. Jack is the farthest west, and then there's um, Teardrops is in Oklahoma, Crystal's in Kansas, and I'm in Colorado. Yeah. I haven't been to Alaska or Hawaii. I yeah. I haven't I want to jump in the car and camp my way through the eastern states. I've been up to South Dakota, but I've never been to North Dakota or Minnesota. And then I want to drive across the East Coast and come down the northern coast, come down the East Coast, and then work my way back. I've been to Florida. Yeah. A good stove is 1,000. Ugh. You can get a good stove here for probably $4.99, $5.99. Yeah. Uh, yeah. The thing is, when I went to order my washer and dryer, I looked everywhere. Couldn't find a washer and dryer that would not come until the end of December, until I looked at black ones. It took me 2 weeks to get a black set because everything's offshore. Everything's backed up. When it comes to Christmas shopping, people are in for a shock. You know? And I don't mind having black appliances. West by God, Virginia. New Jersey, that is dirty, is next to New York City, yeah. I love the mountains. I think that's one of the reasons I stay in Colorado. I've traveled through about 99% of Colorado. I try to hit up the back roads, everything. Yeah. But and then one of the gals that used to come on here all the time, RM2, she's from New York. And we used to talk every day, but she went back to work and now she doesn't have time to talk anymore. Oh yeah, and Daisy's west too. She's in Arizona. But I think we're the only ones that are on the western half. Is she an air sign, hon? Jane, is she an air sign? I fixed the pump on the last washer, and what went bad with this washer, um, the seal. And when I looked at the how to replace the seal, I said, "Oh no, I'll just get a new washer." You have two ski. I'm on the high plains of Colorado. I'm about 7,500 feet, but there's no ski resorts here. I'm an hour and a half. Yeah, about an hour and 45 minutes from a ski resort. She's Cancer. Yeah, I was gonna say. I bet her. Have you looked up her rising sign? She might be an air sign if she overthinks things. So I think on Friday night we'll talk about mirrors and purging and some of the access consciousness stuff and why I teach you guys what I teach you. Okay. Maybe you guys need a little bit of a background why I teach you the tools that I teach you. She's just a pain. Yeah. Water skiing on Mud Lake. Oh my gosh. Yeah. I'm 45 minutes from I-70. So, yeah. And a half an hour from I-25. I know if Teardrops hadn't been in such a hurry to get back home, I would have liked to have had lunch with her and her husband. Yeah, when they were going back. You're a Virgo? Yeah. I have a grandson that's Virgo Libra cusp. Yes, mirrors is a good topic. Purging, letting go of stuff, and why I teach you things like the bubble technique. Who does it belong to? Why I tell you guys, try to teach you guys to find out who you are beneath everybody else's programming. Oh my gosh, Jack. Yeah. Yeah, Star's good at the astrology stuff. I think one of the reasons my son is resistant to astrology is because he wanted to study it when he was younger and he didn't have time. Yeah. Yeah. Like I said, my oldest daughter is her sun, moon and rising is all earth sign. Yeah. Same when you were in Colorado. I'm good off of it though. I don't judge anyone as long as they can handle their shit. Yeah. The only people I know that do drugs are smoking the pot. Well, my son's a Pisces and a very intuitive Pisces that very I need to look up what his rising sign is because he's kind of rigid. I've never tried shrooms. My youngest son is trying to get me to do shrooms. I thought, is he trying to get rid of me or what? You love smoking pot? What part of Colorado's your brother in, Jack? Shrooms are off. You guys are funny. Let me see. I'll look at his chart real fast. He is, where is it? Chart. His moon is in Aries. His ascendant is Leo. His Venus is in Aries. His Pluto's in Libra, Neptune, Sag, Uranus in Scorpio, Saturn in Cancer, Jupiter in Pisces. So his sun is Pisces, his moon is Aries, his ascendant is Leo. No wonder him and my youngest son get along so good. They're both got Aries. Was your brother in the Denver area, Jack? I can't smoke at all. I have asthma. Blonde hair, blue eyed player. Oh my God. What is his age group, Jack? Purple mushrooms in his attic. He whines with an attitude. Yeah. Bachelor. Yeah. Oh. I smoked pot once I was 16 and I didn't like it then. And then I smoked it once when I was 20 and I didn't like it then. Everybody else is all mellow and quiet and I'm talk. And I've been an introvert until now. Denver, Aspen, Colorado Springs. Yeah. I was born and raised in Denver until I moved out here. 60, 62. Yeah. My son just asked me, my oldest son just asked me if I knew how to make butter out of weed and cook with it. He was going to save me some so that I could do that. I said, well, I would probably make a salve out of it rather than a butter. Does he like to fish, Jack? Every weekend I had everybody out fishing. Always fishing. You didn't talk for 30 years? Oh, that's sad. So do any of you know how to make a salve out of it? It's over 200. That's a lot up there. It's not that expensive here. It's not that expensive at all. But they have so many different kinds right now. It's like, oh, I want weed. You're funny, girl. Google, YouTube. Well, Steve said he'd been watching videos. I haven't had the last month. I haven't had time to do anything. Yeah. Yeah. You smell it and it makes you high. I seen a guy that was smoking pot one time, and he used to take his dog everywhere with him. And every time they smoked pot, the dog would just zone out. $30 an eighth. One place where I went to crazy. Yeah, he asked me if I knew how to make edibles with it, and I said no. So my son-in-law got some. They just made it legal in Arizona. He got some and put some in edibles. I don't forget what kind he said he got. And he gave one to one of his friends, and his friends was zoned out for hours. So when his sister came down there, he gave her a couple edibles. She says, "Oh, good stuff." Indica with hash. Wow. Well, you do know that CBD oil is legal in all 50 states, but that's CBD oil. I tried to give Tinky a couple drops of CBD oil the other day because I couldn't figure out why her leg was shaking. I thought maybe she was in pain. She needed her toenails clipped. But I gave her 2 drops of CBD oil, and she was like, it kills cancer. Yeah. So, do some research about ESIAC. You're going to load a bowl and choke your ass out. Yeah. I'm serious. Check out ESIAC. Uh, cook wheat in coconut oil, then you can cook with it. Great for baking brownies or making peanut butter cups. CBD oils for light. I'm a lightweight. I don't even drink. I don't even drink. But somebody gave me a dare a couple years ago for New Year's. They sent me a bottle of um, elderberry wine. There's only one place that makes elderberry wine. She sent me a bottle of elderberry wine and dared me to do readings when I was drinking elderberry wine. One little glass and I'm flying high, right? As soon as I started doing readings, it was gone. All of it was gone. Does the CBD help a lot, Jack? Yeah. I don't even mess with that stuff. I'm on a natural high. My first in-laws, because I didn't drink with them, I didn't smoke with them. They used to tell me my eyes looked like I was high all the time. They used to call me Mother Nature because I wanted to be out camping and fishing and doing all kinds of stuff. And I just did my own thing because I didn't want to do drinking and drugs and partying all the time. So they used to make fun of me and call me Mother Nature. Good, good, good. I'm glad. Is Buttons improving, hon? Do you drink caffeine, Crazy Crystal? You might cut back on the caffeine and see if it stops that problem. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people moved down here to Colorado because the weed was helping the little kids' seizures. Crystal, I've been trying to organize a metaphysical camping trip here for 2 years. There's a little place up here about an hour from Denver. That's awesome, Jack, and all because of your love and dedication. There's a little place out here by. Do you know where Deckers is, Crystal? It's just north of Deckers. There's a place up there we could rent a group campground. It'd be our own campground, and we could have an awesome party up there. Now, the thing is, we if we're going to do this, we're going to have to get donations for it, and we need to make the donations in like February. Yeah, because I told I've been telling my oldest son was on here. Mom doesn't know anything. Mom doesn't know anything. I told him, I said, if you're going to make a reservation, you have to make it the first day and you have to be on at midnight. He got up at 8 o'clock in the morning to make reservations, and just about the whole state was full for the whole summer. Yeah. Check out the Essiac. Okay. The Ojibwa, is that how you say it, Jack? The Ojibwa Indians, gave this remedy to a woman named Ruth Kasich in Canada and told her to give it to her aunt. They sent her aunt home to die, said she had 3 months to die. In 3 months, she was totally cured of the cancer. And it's called Esiac. You take it on an empty stomach in the morning and an empty stomach at night. And there's a doctor in Canada, in San Francisco, that uses it for his AIDS patients. He pulled 5 AIDS patients off of all the drugs. They were on their deathbed, put them on this remedy, and they got well. They got well. So I recommend everybody to check out Esiac. Now, I had I had found some lumps in my breast, and I have cancer, big cancer history in both sides of the family. So I went in and had the x-rays and everything done, and they called me back in for a second one, had me all scared. But in the meantime, I started the Esiac. It got rid of any nodules that I had. So yeah. Do you know there's a doctor down in Alaska that for probably about 25 years now, he has found a way to use baking soda in intravenously, and it's curing cancer also. Esiac. Sometimes it's called native legend. Sometimes it's called Ojibwa tea. Yeah. I hate to see any of the animals suffer. I got a shot of butter, pea, and moon. You know, I was telling somebody the other day, I said, no, yeah, disclaimer, do not shoot up baking soda at home. Yeah, he processed ESSIAC or OJIOWBI. Spelled Ojibwa wrong. Butter pecan moonshine? Oh my gosh, girl. Yeah. OJIBWA. Thank you, Jack. I knew I spelled it wrong. Ojibwa. Yeah. I like butter pecan pancake syrup. Ojibwa. Ojibwa. Yeah. I knew I was saying it wrong. I just had never heard it out loud. Yeah. And I hate to butcher names. Yes, everybody come and contribute. You have any spirituality questions, ask. Anything you would like to talk about. The other night we were talking about star seeds. Friday night we'll talk about purging, mirrors, why I teach what I teach, an accent, Ojibwa. So my son-in-law went home one day. He wanted me to meet his mom. This is back before they got married. She said no, she didn't feel good, but he went down there to pick up something. She had all kinds of pot and she was making all kinds of salves. She didn't want anybody to come over because she was making salves. Thank you, Jack. And she's a born again Christian. Yeah. We used to have a tarot group. We used to have a tarot group. We used to meet at a coffee shop. Well, one day we used to do readings for each other every 2 weeks. And then the owner came in and started screaming at us that we were doing witchcraft and that we could never come back again. I told her it's not witchcraft. Yeah, it is. Well, you know what? Educate yourself. So did you do some research on how to find your dragon? Oh, I'm gonna need to write that down. 2 dragons. Yeah. I'll listen to that meditation and I'll make notes. Freedom of religion. Yeah. Yeah. Well, it was interesting because my son-in-law had troubles passing the GED class. He had he had an education from a Christian high school, but they teach according to their beliefs. They didn't teach him anything about dinosaurs. They say that our civilization has only existed for 5,000 years and the dinosaurs didn't exist, according to the church she was going to. So he missed a lot of education. But when we sit down and talk spirituality, he gets real interested. Yeah. Yeah, we will talk about dragons. America. Yeah, but yeah. Peach paralyzer moonshine. Oh my gosh. You guys are funny. So my oldest daughter's girlfriend is coming over and she wanted to know what kind of wine I drink. It's not so much it's just spirituality. Spirituality is encompassing everything, you know? Yeah. Well, so Jesus teaches those without sin to cast the first stone. But it's interesting how many people are throwing those stones. Nothing touches Irish-made Kentuckian moonshine. Oh, Odin and his 6 legs. I don't know too much about mythology, hun. It's yummy, but it lives up to its name. You guys are funny. We still have to get through the rest of the feminine angels, too. We get distracted every Friday and don't get to finish that. Peach Paralyzer Moonshine is from Kentucky. So my oldest son went gluten-free for a while because both the boys are gluten intolerant. They deny it. So Steve was going back to Philadelphia for his job, and he found that gluten-free beer, Apple Orchard, Angry Orchard. It's made from apples. Now, out east in Philadelphia, they have a cherry Angry Orchard, but they don't sell it out here. You know a little bit about Odin and his 6 legs, hun? Winged horses and runes? Now, Jack could probably tell us about runes. I never did. I have a set of runes, but I've never done a lot with them. Yes. So we've been doing a series of the feminine archangels, the counterparts to the archangels. Yeah. Slepner has 8 legs. Jack is super educated. Santa is based off of Odin, his beard and robe, anyways. Yeah, that makes sense. The Native Americans tell a story about the first language was written by spiders in their webs. They created the first language. And spiders have 8 legs. Oh, Sleipnir is Odin's horse. Born of Loki. Beepers. I can't get the shot because I'm sensitive to too many. I have over a list of over 100 medications that I can't take, and I can't get the flu shot. My doctor said, "Don't you dare get it because it'll probably kill you." Yeah, don't like spiders or snakes. Loki gave birth to an 8-legged horse. Wow. Yeah, Frida's Day, Thursday is Thor's Day. Yeah, yeah, I knew that much. I knew that much. And it was interesting because the other day before Stephen I came online, we were talking about some Greek mythology and what else were we talking about? Conspiracy stuff. They say Colorado is the top number of cases in the whole country right now. Oh, mean eight in Buddhism. My youngest daughter really got into Buddhism for a while. The auspicious symbols of Tibetan Buddhism. The lotus has its roots in mud, but blossoms into a beautiful flower. Okay, the Ashtamangala are a sacred set of 8 auspicious signs or portals. They are considered teaching tools, which point to the qualities of enlightenment. What else does it say? They're symbols of good fortune, represent the offerings made to Buddha by the gods upon gaining enlightenment. And there's some interpretations of the different symbols. Ooh, guess what I'll be reading? Vermont's Challenge, yeah. And I haven't been anywhere in over a week. Well, since last Thursday, because I went to have my B12 shot. Tomorrow I got to go out and get my B12 shot. I won't get water till Friday because I have to meet M for lunch on Friday. Steve brought up that I should read 1984. Have any of you read it 1984? And and something popped up on TikTok today. Some lady was talking about the book 1984. But look at how they're coming out now. The people that have the shots are spreading the virus. Infinity, yeah. Okay, so Access Consciousness teaches that it's not an infinity symbol, it's a Mobius strip. You just keep going through the same thing over and over again until you can break that cycle. Yeah, 1984, George Orwell. Yeah, he was telling me before he came on the other night. Yeah, look up the book 1984. He goes, "You never read that?" I said, "No, I was too busy reading romances and spirituality books." They sell it in the Christian bookstore? Uh, that's funny. When I was in a Christian bookstore when I was 16, I didn't have the money to buy this book, and I wish to God I would have had it. I was reading, somebody was going through buying a bunch of stuff. I picked up a book and I started reading a little bit of it. The Bible makes references to prior civilizations before Adam and Eve. Lots of references. And this book pointed them all out through the whole Old Testament. And I wish to God I had that book now. Yeah, yeah. So he's telling me. But he is into big time conspiracy theories. Now, you get me on Bigfoot and UFOs and stuff like that, but he's buying into all these government specific conspiracy stuff. Yeah. You read that book? Yeah. They're all talking about how okay, so on the free readings are done for tonight, but if you'd like to subscribe, then you will be notified the next time I come on. Okay, hon? Your mom has it? The Nine Noble Truths? That's something else I need to look at? Yeah. Hey, you guys need to come on and teach stuff too. It's not just me. This is our channel, not just mine. You know? The Four Noble Truths of Love, Buddhist Wisdom for Modern, but it doesn't say Nine Noble Truths. They have it on Etsy, but not on Amazon. Yeah, the Swazi was twisted, and so was one of the other sacred Native American symbols. Napoleon used it, and he switched it also. It wasn't just Hitler that took one, but Napoleon took one too. This channel is open for you guys to come in and teach anything you want within reason, you know. Yeah. This is our channel. It's not just my channel. I learned as much from you guys as you do from me. You know, it goes from Nine Noble Truths to the Nobel Peace Prize. That's interesting. I'm just gonna look directly on Amazon. Nine Noble. Yeah, I used to give Steve books all the time um, to read, and I gave him the Four Agreements, and he did bring that up the other night. There's a poster, the Nine Noble Agreements: courage, I face my fear and defend my family and kindred. Okay, where is it? And kindred from all dangers. Discipline, I do what is necessary and right of mine own accord without bribe or threat. Fidelity, I am true to my family, friends, kindred, and those to whom I pledge my service. That's another word I need to add, pledge. Okay. Honor, I stand by my oaths and honor my ancestors by keeping my name pure among the kindred. Hospitality, I shall hearth, food, and drink with my friends, kindred, and the weary traveler at my door. Industrialness, I take joy in labor and hold nothing back from the work I pledge to do. Perseverance, I press on against all odds until my goal is met, the task finished, and I have done all I said I will do. Self-reliance, I gain skills and grow strong so that I may earn my way in the world and be no burden to others. Truth, I seek truth even when it may be a hard truth. I speak true words or stand in silence. I defend truth from those who do not honor it. Ben Miller. I don't know why I can't get this healing technique up. I keep getting delayed, so there's some time shift or something that needs to happen. You can't teach about wolfie condoms. Isn't that funny how my son picked up on that the other night? No, that's a personal joke. Otherwise, he would have made a big deal out of that. Can anyone teach us to fix stupid? Okay, universe, what else is possible for this person to awaken up to who they are? Gorilla glue. Yeah, yeah. Duct tape fixes everything. That's funny. Them Sazis screwed up a lot of things, yeah. Neither Gorilla Glue nor Gorilla Duct Tape have worked, yeah. You didn't use enough? Also, the 11 virtues. I think it's 11. I know it said 4 virtues of love. So it's not a religion. Buddhism is a philosophy. Teardrop, you here, hon? There she is. There she is. "11 Virtues? The Nine Noble Truths." That's a poster. It's not a book. 4 Noble Truths. The Jack Noble series, books 4 through 6. 4 Agreements, 4 Noble Truths, Mindfulness, Tao Te Ching. 11 Virtues. Christian wall sign, 10 virtues that will heal our hearts and home. 11 virtues to a successful life. Take advantage of the powers of the virtues. I'm going to put that on my list. Yes. You guys, I have so many books I need to catch up now, and you guys keep giving me more stuff. Yeah. Yeah, it's a philosophy, yeah. Okay, Jesse, the free readings are done for tonight. We're doing spiritual talk right now, hon. If you want to subscribe, I will be back on Sunday to do readings, hon. Yeah. So what did your daughter come up with for that she wants to be when she grows up? Omnistic. I do too, Crazy Crystal. That I do too. I believe there's some truth in everything. But then so much has been, yeah. If you there's a pastor that's on here on YouTube, and I wish I would have kept his name. When he sits down to write a sermon, he takes 5 or 6 different Bibles from around the world, and he does research for what each one of them says, so he can kind of get an idea of the truth of what the teaching is, because the Bibles are so different. This eclectic. A rectum examiner. Oh my gosh. Yeah, he goes and tells her that, and she's going to know that, yeah. Uh-huh, uh-huh. Star's been at it again. He told her you got that from your... I figured he'd recognize that. But have any of you ever noticed, okay, have any of you ever noticed that there are some people that are awake and some people that just don't deviate from the script, no matter what? Like if they're not awake, like if they're not live. Does that make sense to any of you? And that's where it made sense to me, because they were talking about the holodeck on Star Trek. It's a program. Yeah. So, because on the holodeck, you go in on Star Trek, you go in and you put in a program, and the people interact with what you say and do, but they do not deviate very much from what the script is. But and I noticed it big time when I joined the Mormon Church. Everything is this way, that way. You do not, none of them in the church that I went to deviated. It's like they were robots. Yeah. Yes. Love Star Trek. Yeah. But it's some people are just not awake. Some people, and I know I upset one girl one night when I was talking about the domestic violence, and I was telling her this. Excuse me. I said they came in to be actors in our play for us to learn our lessons. She didn't like that. She dropped off. For about 2 years, Jack. For about 2 years. I have been through all kinds of religions. But you know what? They popped into my life when I really, really, really needed help. When I really needed help bad. They helped us with food. They helped me when I lost the house. They helped me with all kinds of things. We were in a bad place. But only 2 years, because I looked at it and it's like, these people are not awake. They're not awake. It's just, yeah. It was quite an eye-opening experience. My grandmother was raised LDS, but she married a Baptist. When I was a little girl, she used to try to take me to a Baptist church all the time. She would have the pastors go pick me up and take me to church. I hated it. I learned more from a little Presbyterian church than did any of the Baptist churches that she drug me to. A quarter of you, I'm telling you, yeah, a quarter of your family's LDS, yeah. Some of my, okay, so some of my great grandfathers were the first bishops in the LDS church. Some of them are married in, some of them are buried in Nauvoo, and then they ended up in the winter quarters in Iowa. Yeah, like there's no free will. They ended up in the winter quarters in Iowa, and when the other ones took off to Utah, my people stayed in Iowa and started farms and stuff. And they became the second half of the church. They didn't believe in the plural marriages and everything like the Utah people did. Exactly. God knows what's in your heart. He knows what's in your head. You do not, like they say, well, yeah, the Bible says you can go sit in a corner and you can pray and God's going to hear you, right? The churches said you have to be here. At least the LDS church said, you have to be in church. You have to tithe. And this is why, okay, if money's the root of all evil, then why do the churches want it? Yes, we should talk about free will. We'll make it, yeah. That's the greatest gift ever, free will. Yeah. Yes. Yes. And I try to stress that all the time. How can we judge somebody else? How can we compare ourselves to somebody else when we all have different gifts, talents, and abilities? We are not meant to judge each other. We are here to be an allowance and accept each other's differences. But we're taught that anything that's different is wrong. No, yeah. How boring would this world be if we all believed the same thing, we all acted the same way? How awful would that be? And it's coming up lately a lot, Don't ask for second best because God knows exactly what you want. Exactly, Jack. And my son is stuck in the black and white. It's either this or it's either that. There's no. That brings. Star and I were talking about this. He has no compassion. So that makes sense. That's another way to word it. It's like there's no individuality. If he sees the way it should be, everybody should do that, or else this and that's going to go wrong. And he gets upset. Yes, we are here to learn and to work our way back to God. And we do not know what other people's lessons are that they came in to learn. So how can we judge what they're doing, they're saying, they're experiencing? Like when I was talking about my son's friend Tex that was shot that night, changed 30 kids' lives. You can't tell me when I look back that he did not volunteer to go through that in order to change all these kids' lives. He made a huge difference. And I look back at that and I honor him for his sacrifice for doing that because he loved people so much. He loved his friends so much. You'll never convince me otherwise, Yes, exactly, Crystal. Now, and I always tell everybody, if you want to know some of the truth, go back and read the Dead Sea Scrolls and see how much things are changed. Now, the Aramaic Bible has been translated from Aramaic to English. So a lot of things were not lost as much in translation, because sometimes it's not just somebody coming in and changing what the Bible says. Sometimes things are lost in translation. Sometimes it's hard to change things from one language to another. You miss something in the interpretation. Yeah, a lot of it's been lost. You know, they took what, 20 books of the Bible out? They took the book of Enoch out. God's, yeah, God sees my number on his caller ID and says, now what? Hey, Daisy. Hebrew in between and then Greek, yeah. Aramaic to Hebrew to Greek. But they have an Aramaic Bible that was translated from Aramaic to English one time. Jack, I have a hard time learning languages. It'll help if you would share. We're talking about spirituality, Daisy. Yeah. But if you listen to Greg Baden, like Aramaic and Hebrew and stuff, for each letter they also have a number. Okay? They also have a number. And when they correspond the numbers with the letters to the DNA, it had a message on it. Yeah. Oh, I would love to get into the vaults of the Vatican. How much truth is hidden in those vaults? And why does the Vatican have telescopes watching the skies? The Vatican has their own telescopes for watching the skies. You had to beat Gabriel at Call of Duty? Yeah. You guys are funny. Oh, yes. Would love everybody to contribute to the chat. Daisy's quite the gamer. Yes. In the beginning, God created the heavens and the earth. In the beginning was the Word. In the beginning was the Word. And that's another thing we need to work on, is the power of the spoken word. Now, the books that I have are a little more saint based and stuff. Was I wrong, Jack? Was I wrong? You have a good night, Corianne. Thank you for coming in, hon. So if you go back to Zechariah Stitchin and translating the Sumerian tablets, they talk about God's name is Sophia. And there was a dark force that was trying to conquer Sophia. Hebrews says the first God and council of God's created. Yeah. I believe it. I believe it, Jack. There is a hierarchy. Have any of you read the Kabbalah? Good night, Corianne. Have an awesome night, hun. Have any of you looked at the Kabbalah? It's like a spiritual business plan. Everything is separate and interactive at the same time. And there's 10 levels. Yeah. No, but you've seen a little bit of the Kabbalah. Yeah, the Kabbalah is awesome. It's so good to see you, Corianne. It's the tree of life. Yeah. All 10 pillars, yeah. I have a class that I signed up for through one of the Jewish organizations, and I have the classes for 1 and 2, level 2, and I haven't had time to listen to them. Yeah. And I need to do that. And things should settle down now because all I have to do is finish my kitchen tomorrow and work on crocheting for Christmas presents. Jane, if you get a Kindle, you can change the size of the readings. My mom was like 46 years old and couldn't see a dang thing. She used to have bring it up like this and couldn't read it, and she'd have me read it for her. Did he teach you a lot about the Kabbalah, hun? Just because Christianity came along, it did not invalidate older religions. Okay? Uh, okay. Jesus, okay, so the Christ is a consciousness. It's not a person. Jesus achieved the Christ consciousness, and he tried to tell us that we could achieve the same thing, that we could do all these things, and he does, and more. But we're told, no, you can't do that. That's blasphemy. You know? That would be an interesting job. I would have loved to have been able to pick his brain. You have to argue with what, Crazy Crystal? Okay, Monica, we are doing spiritual talk right now. The readings are done for tonight, hun. But if you want to subscribe, I'll be back on Sunday. The room is Crystal. Okay, what did you have to agree with what, hun? Through love, do all things in love. Yeah, yeah. Dude fried your brain. He survived. Oh. You see all that death, that destruction, that hatred, that darkness. And yeah, that would, you know what? Oh my God, I'm going to cry. I watched, don't cry, don't cry. I watched a video, okay, of the shooting in here, Columbine, the first school shooting. I don't want to cry. The first girl that was shot, Rachel, she had like premonitions that what was going to happen. She had written like 14 diaries, and she was talking about going in and helping the other kids that were. She went in and she, all the people that were outcasts, all the people that didn't feel like they belonged, she reached out to everybody. Everybody. And the whole school was, she was the golden child at Columbine because she included everybody. When they read her diaries, her brother says, it shifted my whole life to see all of that. And now I am trying to carry out her vision of reaching out and helping all these people that need help, that are in the darkness. You know, it's yeah. Rabbi Samuel. San Francisco. Yes. How about the little girl that her parents were just killed in an car accident? And when they showed her a picture of Jesus, she says, he's the one that's been holding me on his lap all night. Oh, come on. Why are you not opening up? Isidore? Yeah. No E on it. Teardrops needs her glasses. You trying to make me laugh so I don't cry? Yeah. That's funny. Yeah. You know, because, you know, if you go back and look at history, all the rabbis were married. And if Jesus was a rabbi, I can't click on that right now, Jack. If I click on that, it'll take me off the channel. You You might want to send it to me in my email, hon. You know, it's just yeah. But my son-in-law argues with me all the time. If there was a God out there, then why are their children being beaten and raped and molested and starved and everything? Because it gave us free will, and a lot of people don't know how to ask. Some people came in to experience that for soul growth. No matter how hard it is for us, it's still soul growth, you know? I appreciate it if you'd send that to me on my email, Jack. Please. Thank you. I so with Steve and his friends, okay, he hung around with all these kids that were gang members. Ah, okay, good. Thank you, teardrops. I don't know. Um, yeah. But like I said, we've all got different truth, and one of the ways I try to give you tools to find your own truth, your own clarity, because nobody knows what your own truth is but you. Back to free will. Will they turn it to hate or will they use it to teach? But that's the thing is, this Rachel's brother is trying to all his life since she died at Columbine. Yeah, exactly, Jane. Um, yeah. So Rachel's brother has since she died at Columbine. That's how many years ago now? He has been trying to fulfill his sister's vision every day now. And I know that her father has testified before Congress several times. The thing is, sometimes we need to let go of the resistance. This is my opinion. I think that they should be educating and teaching children how to handle guns. Teach them to respect them. Because with the gang members, there's like a stigma of superiority attached to guns for a lot of these kids, you know? And if you take the stigma out of it, if you teach them, because I have talked to some guys that have raised their kids, okay, from the time they were little on how to handle guns. Okay, thank you, Jack. And they are very, very respectful of a weapon. When I took a college class on it was an archaeology book, a health archaeology book, and there are cultures in the Central America that kids from the time they are 2 years old handle machetes and never hurt themselves. Because they're taught to respect them and to use them correctly. Yeah. Yeah. So that's right. But they need to learn respect. There needs to be education, not resistance. The more you resist, the more it persists. So educate them. Take the stigma out of it. Hi, Sarah. Yes, for food and protection. You did your first turkey shoot? Okay, you can ask a spiritual question, hon. We're not doing readings right now, hon. But we're talking spirituality. If you have any questions about spirituality, yeah, we can do that. But after readings, we do spiritual talk. That's why I'm saying the more resistance, the more it persists. So we should be educating people. You scared of everyone in the frozen food section? Yeah. Well, yeah, like what was it, 2 years ago? They had those stampedes for some toys in a store. Yeah. Star, can you answer her question? I think we have a lot of spirit guides. A lot of them. It depends on what lesson that we're learning. And then our spirit guides change as we learn the lessons too, hon. Star, can you answer her question? And she has a lot of respect for the guns too. Star, Sarah wants to know if you can tell how many spirit guides she has. Yeah. I know I've had one since I was a little kid. He's a Native American and he has a white wolf and a black wolf. And he's got a sense of humor. And he's stubborn. Okay, Star is going to check, hon. She's going to ask, can you relax for a minute for her? Just close your eyes and relax, hon. Give her permission to ask. She says she sees 6. Now my boys do hunting. They both do hunting. And my youngest son takes okay, so my grandson Gabe has been shooting guns since he was probably 4. They taught him how to handle everything safely and yeah, everything. And Sarah, you can always call in. You also have a personal healing team. When you're sick, call in your personal healing team to help you too. And your spirit guides are going to be good, hon. They're your teachers. 4 females, 2 males. Everybody's got spirit guides, hon. Everybody does. And we have our personal angels. We have personal family members that hang around. We have our personal healing teams. We have different levels. Yeah. We have different levels also, and there's angels on each different level. You probably have a few extra because you're so ornery, Jack. Star said she saw about a 6'3" tall Native American around Steve the other night. It would have to be somebody farther back if they were that tall, because Steve's the only one in the family that's 6'4". Everybody else stops at 6 foot. If you feel like, be sure and thank them for their protection. This is something that I say, okay? You have 7 strong energies, but 8 total. Okay. I always say, thank you, universe, for everything you do for me, seen and unseen. Because how much work does the universe do for us? Our spirit guides, our teachers, our angels, how much work do they do for us in the background that we don't even see, recognize anything? Jack has too many. That makes sense. Yeah. But look at how much Jack does a lot of spiritual work too, so he's going to have extra. You know? The last one went to rehab. You're shit out of luck, huh? I remember for years and years and years, I had readings where they told me, oh my gosh, you have so much protection around you. You have no idea. Free list is closed, hon. We're doing spiritual talk right now. If you have any spirituality questions, you can ask. And you know they go with you, you know, everywhere you go. They never leave you. You're never alone. Ever, ever. You've got your personal guides, you've got your personal angels, you've got your family members that hang around. But Sarah, something else you need to look at, hon. What is your personal belief system? If you believe that you are not worthy, if you believe that you have to change something in your life to be better or something, then God's not going to be able to give it to you. So if you're not getting something, if it comes down to you in a watered down version, take a look at your belief systems about receiving. God cannot give to you if you do not know how to receive. the bubble technique. Try this bubble technique, hun. Clear out your programs, any religious programs you've been programmed with, your negative self-talk and stuff with this bubble technique, and it can make some major shifts in your life. Yeah. So one of the Native American sites that sells things, they put up a very, very awesome list on to tell what your spirit guides are. I know my main one that will be with me for life is my eagle, but I did that one, and I feel wolves all the time. I paint wolves all the time. So it popped up that wolves are the closest family dynamics to what the humans have. Wolves have a lot in common with us. Exactly. Exactly. It's all about believing. And one of the first things I tell people to clear with that bubble technique is it's better to give than it is to receive. That's a program. Now you sound like my son. My son is a genius, but he's set in his ways. My dad was a genius, and it was so naive about life and people. You know, Crazy Crystal, ask your angels. Okay, invite your spirit animal to come into your dreams and ask your angels to help you remember what your dreams are. Might take a few times of asking. See what animals you're dreaming of. They will let you know. The first time I went on a meditation through the forest and I came to this cave, when I came to this cave, it said, when you get to the other side of the cave and come out the other side, you'll see what your totem is, and it was an eagle flying. And I said, "Oh, I'm not worthy of that." I was in my late 20s. And then in my 30s, I went to a meditation. Yeah. I went to a meditation and we walked through a forest and I saw all kinds of animals. But you walk through the forest to this lake and you look into the lake. And when you look in the lake, you see your spirit animal over your shoulder. And it was a bald headed eagle. And she says, turn around and ask what the importance of the connection between the two of you was. And the eagle told me the ability to soar in the heavens with God. I still cry when I think about that. So start paying attention to the little synchronicities in your life, Sarah. Something that pops into your awareness that you need, and starting giving gratitude for all of that. As you give more gratitude for the synchronicities, you're going to see more synchronicities. The universe responds to your gratitude, hon. Oh, she likes this. I'm going to give her some more of that. Tenacious. What did Sarah say? I wonder how some people can see signs. Yeah, but the more you acknowledge, the more you give gratitude for the things that come into your life, the more you're going to see the things, because God puts things in our path all the time. But the more you acknowledge it, like I said, and give gratitude for it, the more it's going to happen. Tenacious, yeah. Bigelow makes a yummy cinnamon tea. I got some kind of bolder tea the other day. I took one drink of that. I said, oh, I threw the whole box away. It wasn't Bigelow. Tenacious. That's funny. Okay, so the owl can represent wisdom. It can also represent maybe that somebody's doing some witchcraft. Jack Black and Kyle Gass. No, I think he wrote the greatest song in the world. Couldn't remember it, so they wrote a tribute. Yeah, what's your first thought of seeing an owl? That's cool, Juliet. Okay, Amber, spiritual questions only, hun. No more readings tonight, okay? But you can ask a question. Robos tea, too, yeah. Pink tea, I haven't tried. Healing tea from Africa. Okay, Amber, that's a reading question. That's not a spiritual question, hun. So something crosses my mind and then I don't write it down and I forget. We were driving across the Indian reservation in. You've been having dreams of dogs. Dogs are loyal. They're loving. Okay. Are these dogs that you have had, or are they friendly dogs? Are they loving dogs? They're white dogs? But are they loving? Okay. If they're white dogs, I would think that they were protection. But dogs are loyal. They're loving. They give unconditional love. Yeah. Last dream was a boxer. Have you ever had a boxer? Are any of these dogs that you have had dogs in your past? The owl's a, so the owl is probably bringing in wisdom for you. Two boxers in a swing? Wow. That would be interesting. Two boxers in a swing. The current one you have as a boxer. Sometimes your angels will show up in your dreams as an animal in order to get through to you. Did the boxers talk to you or anything? Who's in here good on dreams? They were gold colored. Real and fake gold too. Is anybody in here good at dreams? Gold is the color of the Holy Spirit. Okay? Not high. Yeah, gold is the color of the Holy Spirit, and dogs are loving and faithful and unconditional love. Yeah, try Googling it. Check out Native American animals, totem animals through Native American beliefs. Yeah. You two are so funny, Jack and Star. Yeah. Well, I have a tendency to Google dreams and angel numbers. How many of you keep seeing the same numbers over and over again? Mine was 10, 10, 10, 10, 10, 10. Now it's 11. I looked up earlier when I was talking to, I was actually talking to Casey. It was 1 hour, 11 minutes, and 11 seconds. I said, here's all the 11s. I looked this morning. I looked last night. 11, 11, 11, 11. Yeah. Oh. Yeah. You can Google what the angel numbers are for 111 and 1111 and 222. You're currently seeing 777. Yeah. Yeah. Dogs, yeah. Dogs are just total 1777 1. So the numbers both it's almost like they're reversed, huh? My dog's sleeping away. I even asked her if she wanted out before I started the call, and she's just sleeping away. She got mad at me because I moved her bed. I moved it from over here to over here, but over here she can see the living room and the kitchen. Yeah. But I've been on this recreating and reclaiming my house. So I just got to finish the kitchen and then get on my crochet stuff, and then I'll have time to read up on some of this stuff. Yeah, 1111 is a sign I'm on the right path. Mm-hmm. I'm just kind of in anticipation of what kind of dreams I'm going to be having over the weekend and around December 4th with the other eclipse. A lot of times my dreams are more intense, on the new moon rather than the full moon. But don't forget, Friday is this eclipse moon. And it's almost like I've been on a mission to get everything done and cleaned out before this eclipse. I have done a lot. And it's interesting because all of a sudden I'm tired, I'm exhausted, but yet I have more energy. Does that make any sense? Most of the messages, I don't get ugh. A lot of my dreams are about twin flame. Oh, so let me ask you this, Amber. What do you think your spiritual gift is? What are you going to allow yourself to have in spiritual gifts? Because we have all the gifts, talents, and abilities, but what are you going to allow yourself to have? Blood moon eclipse. With meteor showers, yeah. It's like the stars are dancing across the universe during the blood moon eclipse. So, you have visions. Okay, don't limit yourself to just the visions. I know at some point I have had the ability to communicate with animals. I didn't pursue that. I have the ability to be a medical medium, but I didn't pursue that. Do not limit what you can do. You may have visions, okay? You may hear things, okay? Yeah, longest eclipse, yeah, like 3.5 hours or something. Don't limit what your abilities are, hun. I asked one time in meditation what my gifts, talents, and abilities were, and they told me all of them. I have all the abilities, but I've been picking and choosing through them all. What are you going to allow yourself to learn? What are you going to allow yourself to experience? In 1,000 years, 6+ hours, yeah. Yeah, it's supposed to be a long, long eclipse. You know, we chose to be here at this time. We chose to connect together and try to help each other through our spiritual growth. How do you change the world? One person at a time. So you're welcome to come anytime. On Friday night, all we do is spiritual talk. If any of you, the ones that aren't already coming, on Friday nights, that's all we do is spiritual talk. We don't do readings at all on Friday nights. So if you have any questions, anything you want to learn, let us know ahead of time. So this Friday night, we'll talk about mirrors, we'll talk about purging, and we'll talk about why I teach the things I teach. I kind of touch on it off and on. And I'll see what I can do about the dragons and the power of the spoken word. Yeah. I don't know what the weather's going to be like here this weekend. Alexa, what's the 7-day forecast?
In Kiowa for the next 7 days. Thursday, 50 degrees Fahrenheit and partly sunny weather. Friday, 59 degrees and intermittent clouds. Saturday, 56 degrees and lots of clouds. Sunday, 50 degrees and mostly sunny weather. Monday, 62 degrees and mostly sunny weather.
Mirrors?
Tuesday,
Okay.
61 degrees and intermittent clouds. Wednesday, 44 degrees and intermittent clouds.
Mirrors? What do we reflect back to each other? So how you treat somebody else is going to mirror back to you. In fire and brimstone for the next 7 days. You're funny. Yeah. I believe it. I believe it. I believe it, Star. Yeah. But, what goes around comes around. That's mirrors. What you, okay, the golden rule, do unto others as you would have them do unto you. Okay? So, yeah. Are you talking about Jack or are you talking about me? He will be here Friday, yeah. Jack's going to be here Friday. No Wolfie rabies. Are you guys about ready to call it a night? And we'll see if, okay. We still haven't decided on a date or a night or whatever that we want to do the cooking and crafts. I was going to do it last night, but they were installing the washer and dryer last night. So whatever night works with everybody. Sunday nights and Wednesday nights I do readings and spiritual talk. Friday nights we do spiritual talk. Brantley Gilbert. You have a good night, Crystal. Okay, so and this is one of the reasons we talked about the star seeds, Jane. Okay, because a lot of us feel like we don't belong, and it's funny because with Twin Flame, he feels like home, but I'm thinking that not this lifetime, not this lifetime. So yes, have a good night, Crazy Crystal. Thank you, everybody, for being here. Thank you, everybody, for contributing. Yeah, yeah. Brantley. I need to start. I haven't been listening to any music at all. Got that down. Okay, so we'll wrap it up. Okay, it's not tomorrow, Jane. It's Friday night, okay, hon? But we will talk about what time works for everybody. How are you, hon? We're just getting ready to close it down. Did you figure out what time we're going to meet for lunch, hon? True Soul Tribe, yes. And Steve did make a point because sometimes the body can't tell the difference between excitement and fear. Okay? Because you might be excited about something and one of your parents will tell you, "Oh, that's okay, honey. Don't be scared." And you're thinking, "Okay. So this feeling is being scared?" Sometimes we misinterpret excitement for fear. So, yeah. Okay. Text me tomorrow then, hon. Take away the hate of my day. I'm off a day. Sorry, I'll be there. Yeah. Okay, let me know, Em. So everybody have an awesome night. Like I said, thank you for being here. Thank you for contributing. Jax, thanks for sending me that information. You too, Teardrops. Okay. So everybody have an awesome night. We'll be back Wednesday. Okay. So everybody have a good one and namaste. Love you all.